Welcome back to another video, guys. So today I'll be talking about Premier League match week 32 pro and prediction. So once again, we got some big games coming up this match week, and there are very important games coming up. For example, for the top 6 finish and also the relegation. We all know that Fulham did drop down a little bit, but I still think that there is something to play for. So it is a big week, and without any further ado, let's get to our predictions. Everton versus Tottenham. To be honest, I think it is a very important game because both of these teams did lost some momentum at the very wrong time of the season. But then if they can get a victory, I think top 6 hope will be alive once again. For Tottenham, they are now 7th at the table and they got 49 points. If they win this game, they can go to 52 and maybe they can go past Liverpool. On the other hand, Everton, they got 48 points, so they can actually move to 7th spot if they win this game. So therefore, I think both of these teams will be looking for a victory over here. First of all, Everton form line, to be honest, I don't think they've been performing well recently because they are not scoring goals and they've been losing a lot of games and they're not finishing their chances. So I think this has been Everton issue recently and they'll have to improve this if they want to finish top 6. On the other hand, for Tottenham, to be honest, their tactics is not paying off, and then we all know that Mourinho might not be settling down in Tottenham, and that is the issue. That's why they're struggling. So for Tottenham, they got a lot of issues. Like on paper, they got a good team, but then when it comes to performance-wise, I think they're always a little bit behind recently because, as I said, they got a lot of issues. Tactics is one of the issues, so yeah. I think it's going to be a close game to watch, but then I'm just going to give Everton an edge. I think Everton can win this game. It is going to be a close game because both of these teams are not high-scoring team and they don't really concede a lot of goals this season. So therefore, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I'm going to go for Everton 1, Tottenham 0. Newcastle versus West Ham. I think it's going to be a good game to watch. Newcastle, I think they will be looking for another victory so that they can be more comfortable. Yes, for now they're 6 points in front. So if they can get another victory, I think they will be very relaxed, and I think Fulham catching them will be a little bit difficult, or I think it's going to be I think it's not going to be possible. On the other hand, West Ham, to be honest, they've been playing some decent football. If you look at the last 3 games, I should say, they actually got 9 goals and they got 7 points, and also they conceded 7 goals. I know they did concede 7 goals, but then I think they are winning games, so I think that's the biggest accomplishment we should talk about. So I think West Ham should be looking for another victory over here, even though I think Newcastle will be very competitive, but then I think West Ham will be a little bit too good because we all know that they do have a really good team. They're playing some decent football. So I think if they can get this victory, they'll put more pressure on Chelsea and Leicester. So therefore, I'm going to go for West Ham to win this game with a scoreline of 3-1. Wolves versus Sheffield United. To be honest, I think Wolves will be looking for another 3 points because we all know that Sheffield United, they're just done and dusted, and I think they're just looking for championship because Premier League, they can't survive anymore, and all they can do is experiments so that they will have a right mindset for the next season, and when the next season starts, they can start with a banger because if they can get some momentum and if they can get some tactics right in Premier League, so that going to championship will be a little bit more easier. And for Wolves, to be honest, I think Wolves are also looking forward to next season because I think relegation threats are gone because they're sitting in a decent position for now. They got 38 points and Fulham are like 12 points behind them. So I think Wolves' survival is surely successful, and I think Wolves will be looking forward to next season as well. So therefore, I think we will see more Fabio Silva playing and also some other youngsters because, as I said, survival is done. So I think next season Wolves should be looking for another good season because we all know the last 2 seasons they've been performing really well, but then this season they got a lot of issues, injury issues especially. So therefore, I think Wolves will be doing a little bit more experiments and trying some youngster. It is going to be a good game to watch, but then I think Wolves will get the job done. Fabio Silva, to be honest, he's performing really well, and I'm actually backing him to score another goal over here. I'm going to go for Wolves 2, Sheffield United 0. Arsenal versus Fulham. To be honest, it is a very important game for Fulham. They'll have to win this game, and even if they win this game, the relegation pressure will be surely on, and I think survival is becoming difficult for them because they're 6 points behind Newcastle, and if Newcastle can get a victory over West Ham, they will be in deep trouble. So therefore, I think Fulham will be eager to get the job done over here and try to get 3 points. But then if you look at Arsenal, they've been performing really well, and this team is also looking for top 6 finish. Yes, they're a little bit behind because they actually got 45 points for now, and Liverpool do have 52 points. So therefore, they're 7 points behind. But then I think Arsenal should still try to finish around 6 or 7. so that they can get a European football spot next season, or maybe they can win Europa League and go to Champions League. So we'll see that later on. But then for this game, I think Arsenal will be looking for another victory. It is not going to be easy because I think Fulham will give a good fight, and they've been playing some decent football. They were decent against Wolves, but then once again they didn't take their chances and they lost the game. So therefore, I think over here maybe Arsenal will dominate the possession and Fulham will have some chances in counter attack. But then I think Fulham, or I should say Arsenal, will get the job done. I'm gonna go for Arsenal 2, Fulham 1. Manchester United versus Burnley. To be honest, I think Manchester United will be looking for another victory because for now they're actually only 11 points behind Manchester City. And if they can get this victory, they will be 8 points behind Manchester City. So I think Manchester United will be actually pushing for more points and more victories so that they can put some pressure on Manchester City and maybe go a little bit more close. On the other hand, Burnley, to be honest, I think this team did fall apart a lot recently. But then I think they're lucky enough because Fulham, they also lost a lot of games recently, and I think survival for Fulham is becoming difficult. So I think Burnley will be very relaxed, but then for sure they'll be trying to get a point out of this game so that they can be more comfortable. To be honest, I think this team, first half they've been playing some decent football, Burnley, and second half they play a really terrible football. And on the other hand, Manchester United, they play bad first half, but then second half they're a really, really good team. So that I think it won't be a surprising result if Burnley actually lead in the first half and Manchester United fight back. So therefore, I'm going to go for a high-scoring one. I'm going to go for Manchester United 3, Burnley 1. Leeds United versus Liverpool. To be honest, it is going to be a good game to watch because Leeds United recently, they've been performing really well. They beat Manchester City 2-1, even though they were a man down and still they were able to beat them. So I think it was a really, really good performance from them. On the other hand, Liverpool, to be honest, yes, recently they've been bouncing back. They've been performing really well. And this team actually do play some decent away matches instead of home. So therefore, I think Liverpool will be looking for a victory over here. It is going to be a good game to watch, but then I have a feeling that maybe it is going to be a draw because the way Leeds United has been playing recently, defensively, they've been more organized. And when it comes to going forward, I think they've reduced a lot of attacking style, and I think they've been becoming a more organized team. Like they want to defend well and also attack well. So I think they've been a very balanced team recently. So therefore, I think this is a very completely different Leeds United team that Liverpool did face early in the season. It is going to be a good game to watch, but then I have a feeling that it is going to be a draw. I'm going to go for Liverpool 1, Leeds United 1. Chelsea versus Brighton, to be honest, it is going to be a really, really good game to watch. And it is a very important game for both of these teams because Chelsea recently, they've been performing well, but then this team do lose some silly points against some a little bit lower ranked team. So I think they should be well aware of this mistake and try to get 3 points against Brighton. On the other hand, Brighton, I think if you look at the last 4 games, they've been performing well, and I think they have done enough to survive in Premier League for the next season. It is going to be a good game to watch. I think Chelsea will dominate possession and Brighton will be happy to sit back, and I think Brighton will be a really scary team when it comes to counter-attack, but then I think Chelsea will make a lot of chances and they'll get the job done. I'm going to go for Chelsea 2, Brighton 0. Tottenham versus Southampton. To be honest, I think it is a very important game for Tottenham. If Tottenham can get a victory over Everton, I think Tottenham will be looking for another 3 points over here because, to be honest, Southampton, I'm not going to say they're at their best because they do make some silly mistakes against some big teams and then they'll go behind. But then sometimes they can play some good football and maybe upset those bigger teams. So I think it's going to be a good game to watch, and Tottenham should be looking for 3 points over here. So it is going to be a tight game, but from a prediction, I'm going to stick with Tottenham. I think Tottenham should win this game. If Mourinho even screwed this game up, I think he's in deep trouble, and I think the top 6 finish hope will be gone. So therefore, I'm going to go for Tottenham 1, Southampton 0. Aston Villa versus Manchester City. I think this is a good game because both of these teams did perform well this season, but then recently, to be honest, Aston Villa, they did drop down a lot. And if you look at the performance against Liverpool, I'm going to say it was a good performance. They played some decent football. They did create a lot of chances, but then they were a little bit unfortunate because Liverpool won the match last minute. So I think Villa will be putting on a decent show over here, but then I'm not convinced that they're going to beat City because City, to be honest, they've been performing well. And I think they will be looking to get another 3 points over here. It is not going to be easy because Villa, it is a team that they can play some decent football. But then yes, recently they did drop down a little bit, but I still think they are a good team to watch. So from a prediction, I'm going to go for Manchester City 2, Aston Villa 1. Leicester versus West Brom, to be honest, it is going to be a good game to watch. And I think the biggest question is, can Big Sam put on another big show? I think it's going to be difficult because Leicester, to be honest, they've been performing well. But then recently, they lost 6 points in 2 games. So that is going to give West Brom a lot of confidence. On the other hand, West Ham, if you look at the last 2 games, they got 6 points, including a 5-2 victory over Chelsea. So I think it's going to be a good game to watch, and I think both of these teams will be going for a victory, especially Leicester, because if they want to finish top 4, they'll have to get 3 points over here. And if West Brom, they want to survive, they'll need 3 points over here. And if West Brom don't get 3 points over here, I think their Premier League journey might be done as well, because they will be around 8 points behind Newcastle. So I think West Brom should be looking for a victory over here as well. It is going to be a good game to watch. But then I did notice Leicester, they do sometimes lose those silly points. And I think maybe this is going to be one of those games that they might lose those points and give West Brom a crucial 3 points over here. It is going to be a good game to watch. But then from a prediction, I really don't know who to pick, because it is going to be a good game to watch. So from a prediction, I've gone with a draw. I'm going to go for Leicester 1, West Brom 1. And I hope we can witness another Big Sam show. So that's the end for my Premier League Match Week 32 proven prediction video. So if you guys did enjoy, please give a big thumbs up. And I'll see you guys soon with another video, maybe Premier League video, I think, because we don't have Champions League or Europa League football next week.